Good morning, Stampin' friends. Hey, everybody, it's Jody Brechbill, Stampin' Queen. I am live in my studio this morning for What's Up Wednesday. We are also going to share a special class offer that I have called a pop-up class, and it's going to benefit Sweet Grace Ministries. So if you guys are with me, come on in and say hello. Let me know that you're here. Good morning, friends. I know it's early for some of you, but that's okay. You can always catch the replay. I am getting notifications that there may be some issues with my streaming. So we are going to cross our fingers and hope that this continues. I already tried once and got shut off. So just a pre-warning, if everything goes black, that's because something's wrong with my connection. So we're going to see and hope everything goes well. So how is everybody today? It is a gorgeous Wednesday here in Pennsylvania, and it's kind of getting to be on fire. Like the trees are starting to turn. It's really looking like fall. The air's a little cooler, and time to do some stamping. So I do have this special pop-up class. These classes are what my friend Connie and I do as our optional classes at our Pampered Stamper retreats. So some of you may have already taken that to-go kit or may have been in person and done these optional classes, but we host them at our Pampered Stamper event. Then we bring them to everybody. And I really wanted to make sure that everyone had a chance for this class because it does benefit Sweet Grace. And many of you know that is a charity that is near and dear to me. And we partner very closely with them to provide card ministry. It is a ministry in my town of Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. That's where it was started, but it supports hospitals and families all over Pennsylvania. And we are actually starting to branch out into other states, but the sole benefit or the sole reason it exists is to support families who are going through miscarriage, infant loss, and neonatal death. So, yeah, Connie and I always do lives at 10 a.m. on Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah, so I do Movie Monday. We both are live Wednesday, and then she does Friday as well. So yeah, we're always competing at 10 a.m. at the same time on Wednesdays. But anyway, the benefit of the proceeds from this class, there are two of them. One is called the Good Feelings class. That's what we're going to do today. And one is called the Bright and Beautiful class, which is a Memories and More class. And so there are two. You can get one, the other, or both. And proceeds will actually be donated to Sweet Grace. So if you follow me or you follow Sweet Grace, I just had my Heart of Stampin' Up! Award that I was recognized in honor of Sweet Grace last weekend or the weekend before. Still trying to get the video together, you guys. I have tons of pictures, and I just am still trying to get the video together, and technology and I are not working well together. And so I'm going to pull in my friend Catherine today, and we're going to see if we can't get a video so that you guys can actually see how the weekend went and what the event was like. But anyway, so I'm super excited to be able to always help out Sweet Grace whenever I can. Their goal for their Walk to Remember was $150,000 to raise to be able to continue ministering and helping these families. They were a little bit shy. I think they kind of landed in about 125. 126,000, something like that, which is amazing. But I'm going to try and do this fundraiser and just kind of see if we can add a little bit more to the kitty. And then if you like to plan ahead, I am going to host an in-person Sweet Grace stamping day. So that's going to be in April. I have the venue booked. I have it on the date. I'm starting to work with my team to get the event together, but it will be April 13th. 2024, and we are going to have a good old-fashioned stamp along, and we're going to gather together in person. So if you guys are close to me, to Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, you are welcome to come join us. We would love that. The more the merrier, right? And we will have to-go or virtual options as well, because I know some of you that's just not possible. And so we will definitely have to-go versions. And then, of course, we will have proceeds going to Sweet Grace for that. So April 13th, 2024. I know that seems like an eternity away, but it'll probably be here before we even know it. So let's go ahead and we'll do some camera switching around. And I see some friends on. So hey, everybody. And we'll get stamping here. Okay, so far so good. It looks like my connection is holding up. So this is the first class. It is called the Good Feelings class. So we're focusing on this stamp set. It can be found in the annual catalog, and it's just a good old sentiment set. So it's got all kinds of good sentiments that we can use. It is going to include your roll of ribbon, which is Misty Moonlight braided ribbon, I think maybe it's called. So you get the roll of ribbon, you're going to get your pack of gems, and then you're going to get half a pack of the Countryside in Designer Series paper. It will come half, so you'll get 6 by 12, and you'll get all of the pieces. This is what I'm down to, you guys. I have used and loved on this paper so hard that I really am down to just a few sheets of it, but you will get half a pack in your kit as well. And then, of course, you're going to get everything you need to make your projects. This is a 5-card class, and you'll get everything that you need, including the envelopes. Things will be die cut for you. The only thing you'll need to add are your stamps and your ink, and we're using Misty Moonlight for that. So the other class is the Bright and Beautiful Memories and More. So you're going to get the Memories and More pack. You'll also get your pack of gems and all the supplies you need to create these cards. And you guys, there's no stamping on these. I know that seems almost blasphemous for us who love to stamp to not have to do any stamping, but the only thing you would have to do is maybe the inside. But we're just going to use those super cool cards, and these are actually some of the elements that are in there and a couple gems, and bada bing, bada boom, you have got very quick and cute cards. So these are so fun to do, obviously for yourself, gather a friend and do them together. Your kiddos, grand kiddos, these are great because again, you don't have, that's actually printed. Like you don't even have to do the stamping. So 5 cards with this one as well. Okay, very, very simple. And you can create, I think, at least 2. There's sets of 2 in that particular class. All right, let me make some space here so we can get Stampin' together. All righty, so here is our first one. We're going to start off pretty simple with kind of just a white on white card. So we've got our card base here. We're just going to score that, fold it in half. Then I took a piece of basic white and I embossed that with the Countryside in embossing folder. Do we have a little more light in here maybe? Let's see what happens. It's very sunny out, so I don't want to glare. All right, there we go. So we've got that embossing folder. Now you would use whatever embossing folder you have for this class. You may have this one or you may choose to go a different route. Embossing folders are pretty interchangeable when it comes to doing these classes. So there we are. We have that added on there. This is our next panel, and we are going to take a little bit of the Misty Moonlight and our blending brush. Sorry, I wanted to grab a piece of paper here. Now, if you don't have a blending brush, no worries. You could use a sponge, or you could even leave this part off. That's totally up to you. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit of that ink, and I always like to go off my paper first because I feel like I can go lighter. I must have stuck my finger in the ink already. So early, Jody, and you already are having a mess. Try again. So start off the paper, and then you're just going to come in and add a little bit of background there. It doesn't need to be much, but you can always add more ink. You can't take away. And so that's why I like to just add a little bit at a time. Now we're going to take this big old stamp here. And since this is such a big one, oh, heck, guys, we're having a day. It's all right. Wipe it on your pants. It'll be fine. Must be my first time stamping. It may very well be my first time stamping this week. I've been pretty busy. So anyway, what I was saying is I leave the stamp face up. It's just a little bit easier than kind of holding this unwieldy block, is to just take that and put it take the ink right to the stamp. Now I'm going to stamp a little bit higher, not right in the middle, because I want to have that bit of ribbon that will go down there on the bottom. Also, I wasn't sure how inky this pad would be, and I think I did re-ink it, and that's why it may be a little extra juicy. All right, so now we're just going to take a bit of that ribbon and wrap that around the bottom. So we only need a smidge because I like to just tack it around the back side. I don't like to waste my ribbon. All right, where's my, there we go. So we'll just put a little bit here on each side and just tack that around the back. Now that makes it a little bit thick. I think I'm going to go ahead and put some ribbon or some adhesive on that ribbon because I don't want it to come popping off while we're trying to finish our card here. So we can add this to our card base. Now, if you wanted to, you could add that with dimensionals, no worries. Alrighty, thank you guys who are sharing my video. I love that you guys do that. Oh, Corinne, you're on with me today. Been thinking about you, my friend. Took a little bit of that ribbon and I'm just going to slip it under here and tie a knot. Now I'll show you what happens if you just tie a regular knot is you're going to get white on one side and blue on the other. That's okay if you like it that way, but if you're a little picky like I am and you're like, I want to see the white, you got to do a twist in there. So you're going to kind of twist it underneath the knot and then pull it tight. And then you can fuss a little bit to get it nice and tight and then trim off your excess. All right, there we are. So the next step then, everything's better with bling, right? So we are going to add a little bit of bada bling. And I did a little something different. I added, I think these might be Coastal Cabana. So I added those instead of the blue. And look, I have a little smudge there. So that's where a bling's going to go. No one will know. Don't tell. You can always fix your smudge by adding some bling. And these are ombre. So you've got some fun colors to work with there. But does it say on them what colors they are? I don't know. One of you guys might know. I'm feeling very Calypso Coral, Old Olive, Coastal Cabana, and maybe this is Misty Moonlight or Night of Navy. It's hard to tell. So there you go. There is card number 1, easy peasy, mac and cheesy. Now let's move on to a number 2. Alrighty, I did these ahead of time. So I always try to die cut ahead of time so you guys don't have to watch me do that. But if you are new and you are not sure how to use the cut and emboss machine, or as I call them, the big boss, hit me up and let me know for sure. I will definitely teach you a lesson. All right, let's find our card here. Where'd you hide it? There we are. There's the card that we're working with. And of course, you'll have this whole pack of paper so you can decide which ones you want to use. So I've got a little bit of Misty Moonlight, and I'm going to put some little pieces of Designer Series paper. We got one at the top, one at the bottom, and then we're going to put a bigger piece in the middle. And of course, you'll have a tutorial that will give you all the dimensions, so you'll know what size to cut your DSP. And this one has those cute little bunnies in the center. Cute little buns. All right, so that's going to get added to our card base. Good morning, Deb. Thank you guys for joining me. We are talking about our Good Feeling class that is benefiting Sweet Grace Ministries. So I have 2 classes that are popping up here. They're only available to the 31st. So I will have the link in the description of this video. So you can go back and just pull it up and you'll see the link so that you can click the link and you can sign up for one class or both classes to benefit our ministry. So I did this with the Nested Essentials. Oh my gosh, my blocks need a bath. That is on the list. They are so covered in ink. Or not ink, green glue. So this one, oh my gosh, I don't know if you can even see how bad that is. So these blocks went to the Sweet Grace event where we stamped cards with the families at the Sweet Walk to Remember. And yeah, we had green glue there, and you guys know what happens with green glue. and new stampers. It was a little bit messy, so my poor blocks need to go have a big shower. All right, looks like we've got down to nubbins here for our dimensionals, but that's cool. We like nubbins, right? Hey, Betty, glad to see you. Hope all is going well for you and Mike. All righty, so we're adding some dimensionals here, and then we're going to tie a bow. And I just realized that I don't have a bow maker. It is at Princess Patty's house. So we're going to see if I can tie a bow all by myself. Okay, so there we have our thank you card. I'm going to get some stuff out of the way before we have an uh-oh. All right, so let's see. I don't know if I have enough. I should have cut a bigger piece maybe. All right, let's see how she goes. Also, I wanted to let you guys know if you are liking to, oh, hey, look at me. Maybe I should talk and not think. If you like to mark your calendars, we talked about April 13th coming up for a Sweet Grace event in 2024, but a little bit closer is going to be the first week of November. So that is, I believe, the 6th through the 10th. I just posted some information today on my Facebook group that I will be hosting Gratitude Week. So we are starting to head into Thanksgiving and our gratitude month of November. And I always host Gratitude Week. So you can mark your calendars. 10 a.m. every day, I will be live with some stamping fun for you. Kind of like we do Halloween week and we do Valentine's week. So I will be doing Gratitude Week. So November 6th to the 10th. You want to mark your calendar so you can come hang out with me. All right. So moving on, we got that one. We need to add some gems. So I'm going to do the dark here. Whoops, you popped off a little faster than I expected. Come on, booger. There we go. Oh, I think I need some more goo. Actually, I'm probably all out of goo on this one. So I have to go find my refill. There we are. Card numero 2. They're cute, right? I love that paper. Just love it. Okay, coming up with a card number 3. Oh, it's missing a piece. I can tell right now. I am missing a boho blue piece. So I might need to go cut one. Or we may just, yeah, I'm going to go cut one. So hold, please. All right, let's see if I remembered sizing. Are we okay with sizing? No, I think it needs to be trimmed down just a little bit, but this may still work. We may be going with it. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. All right. Oh, Denise. That is so exciting. Denise just said she's waiting anxiously on her starter kit. Should be here today or tomorrow. That's so fun. You'll have to tell me what all you got. I'm excited to hear what you ordered. Also, I'm going to ask him to put you on the spot. If you're staying with me, Denise, did you take the 35% off or did you get 35% more in your kit? I loved that they gave us choices this time. So you could decide if you wanted to save a couple dollars or get a couple extra. Ooh, okay. Now I need to think and not talk. So we're going to do hip, hip, hooray, or hip, hip the whole way down the side of this one. And I'm going to do it stamped. So first generation and second generation, right? So I'm going to start off with my Misty Moonlight and I'm going to stamp hip right here. Slide it down just a smidge and do it again. Full strength. Slide down and do it again. And we do that the whole way down. Oh, don't do that. Okay, don't mess up. Stamp, don't talk. Stamp and don't talk. Did you guys watch me do that? It's all right. It's okay. Just keep going here. We'll act like it didn't happen. And I know specifically I did this when I made it the first time. And I was like, oh, daggone it. You were so close. So you have one little uh-oh, but that's okay. Hardly anyone will know. And I actually think we are going to fix it. So I was trying to do full strength shade lighter, you know, the second generation, and then look right there, I forgot. But I do think this is what will happen and no one will know. Whew. Okay. So while we have that out, let's go ahead and do our hooray. So if we've got all our hip hips, we can stamp our hooray on there. Maybe this would be a good card for a friend who's having their hip replaced. Wouldn't that be a good one? Send that to your friend. Okie dokie, artichoke. Let's keep going here. I do think I want to trim this one down. So let me see. I've got my paper cutter here. So, oh, Denise, I saw your I can't see your comment. I think you said you got the 35% off. But yeah, my comment scrolled up too fast. Okay, let's trim this one down just a smidge. And what did I say? It was by 5, 3 1/4 by 5. Talking to myself. All right, add this one together. I'm so sorry too, Betty. We will certainly miss you at bingo, but I will be doing another one. I always do one during celebration. So keep an eye out and we will get together during celebration for sure. So we're going to take a little bit of that ribbon and tack that around just like we did on the first one. I know. How lucky was that? No one will know. So as long as you guys don't tell no one, they're not going to know. Look at that. It's perfect. No one will know. Yay. All right. So I'm just wrapping a little bit of that ribbon around, tacking it behind, and then we'll add this to our card base. There we be. Now we can take some dimensionals and we can add our hooray. I love using up these little nubbins. They make me feel so accomplished. Okay, so we're going to put some there, some here, one there, and here. Lots of dimensionals on this one. Then you're going to see on this card that I have some of those cute little stars. Where did they come from, you're asking? I can hear you saying that right now. Oh, almost. Oh, gosh. Flip it over. It is my first day stamping. What the heck? All right, there we go. Here comes our cutie little stars. So there's 3 of them. Aren't they adorable? And let's see, I've got some bitty dimensionals. So let's add that to this one. So these are Calypso Coral. So this is going to be a quiz. Does anybody know where they came from? They are current from a die set in our annual catalog. I'll give you some clues, and then you tell me if you know where they came from. So I'm going to green glue this baby. He's so tiny that I don't want a little dimensional on there. So I'm just going to put a little dollop of green glue on that baby star and add that to our card like so. All right, cute, yes? Now we will get a bit of the Calypso Coral dots, the gems here, and add those to the center. You are off a little bit. That's okay. I still love you. All right, there we are. Boop. Make sure they're good and stuck. Now, I am on this one. I'm torn a little bit. I'm torn. Oh, clue. Corinne got it. Yep. I just saw Corinne posted, give it a whirl die. Yep, that's exactly where they came from. So that's got some cute little stitched stars, cute little stitched hearts, some stitched circles. And so I don't always use the whirly part of it. It's the die, if you're not familiar, it's in the annual catalog. It's a set of dies that like create the Viewmaster card where you can like spin it and they spin around inside. But I use a lot of the elements all the time. Anyway, my thought was this. I put a little bow or a little knot on there. And then on this one, I was like, do I want it? Is it too thick? Do I love it? I don't know. Not to knot or not. What do you think? Anyway, I'll let that sit while you guys discuss amongst yourselves and we'll get ready for our next card. To knot or not, you be the judge. All right, this is a cute one. Coming up here might be my favorite. I haven't fully decided, but I do love this one. Oh, you're saying not. You're saying not. To not. I like it. Okay. We can definitely go back and knot that one. Okay, so here is our project. You guys can see it ahead. And we're going to do a Misty Moonlight card base. So this is definitely 50 Shades of Blue, this class. Yep, you guys are all saying to do the knot. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, I punched a hole in this one. Wonder how I did that. Interesting. Because I have a punch that is lost, and I bet it's that one right there. I'm going to go check my cupboard just to see if maybe the gnomes put it back. Hold, please. Ta-da! It showed back up. This is actually this is not the punch I was looking for. It is a different one that went missing. I think it's retired though, so I haven't been too worked up about it. Alrighty, again, we have that big stamp, and so I'm just going to bring my ink pad to the stamp. This is kind of cool because it's like one ink. That's all you need. Oh, what happened? Emergency side. My friend Catherine said that at one of our stamp events. You always have an emergency side of paper. And she is correct. Much better. Okay. So let me think of what I did here. Add my designer paper. Act like you know what you're doing, Jody. It's been so long since I've made these cards, like back in August. So there we've got our pretty designer series, designer series paper. Oh, Darcy, I'm so glad to hear that. It makes me happy when other people say that they lose their mind too. You're always looking for something. Where did you put it? And half the time it might be right in front of you. Is this going to go where I want it to go? Let's give her a shot. Yes. Okay. So I'm kind of eyeballing here and making sure that it's nice and centered in there. Okay, stick down. Okay, so I did ahead of time. This is the scallop. Yeah, scallop contour dies. Does that sound like I know what I'm talking about? And we just did that little punch there. So our ribbon can go down through there, come around, and then it's going to meet the other end like this. So we'll trim that down. Now, what I'm going to do is, no one will know that I'm going to put a strip of adhesive right there just to help hold that ribbon in place. Because we're going to actually cover it up with our sentiment, but it does help keep it from moving on you, which can be helpful. That now see, that's the opposite for me, Lori. I'm the one doing the finding. And sometimes not as bad as it used to be when we were kind of first married and young with children. And I would make bets and say, like, you owe me $20 if I literally go up there and find exactly what you said was not there. So I was able to make a little bit of money early on. All right, adding some dimensionals here on this panel. But now that the old menopause is starting to set in, apparently you lose your mind. Nobody told me this, you guys. So if you have anything else that I need to be aware of, for those of you that have been there, done that, hit me up and let me know so that I don't wake up scared every day when I am losing where everything is. You know, my glasses that are on my head or my phone that I'm talking to and looking for at the same time. Yeah. Or the aches and pains. Like, that's my new one, is like, what ache and pain just kicks off the first thing you wake up? It's a new one. Haven't had foot pain, but here we are today. Okay. Now we are going to put this on with some dimensionals too. I think we're going to use that whole sheet. I love when we get to do that. So cover up our naughty side because no one needs to know about that. I have told a couple people have, Corinne, I haven't had a chance to find it yet. So I have had another friend who said the same thing. So we're going to go on a search and try to find some stuff. I have some peppermint. Connie got me some peppermint. So I have that here ready to go in case I decide to start sweating. Okay. Now we're going to take a little bit of linen thread and tie these together. In case you can't see, I keep moving it out of the way. This sometimes can be a little easier said than done. So if you have a friend, you might have to have them put their finger there while you tie the knot. Okay, stay still. So there we are. Okay, got that. Ta-da. And then you'll just trim off any excess. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Trimmer. Okay, so now again, we were talking about those cool, which one were you talking about then, Corinne? I'm thinking about, a couple people had said the black cohash. You must have mentioned something else. Okay, so this one is, again, that Give It a Whirl die with those cute little stitchy hearts. And then this is the textured paper. It's got a little bit of shimmer and shine to it. So we're going to add that cute little heart right here. A little bit of, actually, that's not working well. So let's get ourselves a glue dot. How about that? Snot dot to the rescue. So there's our little shimmer and shine, and then we'll put a little gem on there. When in doubt, add a gem. So isn't that cute? I think this is my favorite one. I do really like that one, but I think you're going to like the next one coming up too. So that was card number 4 in our 5-card class. Okay, so here comes the last one. If you're still hanging in there with me. Okay, cool. I will talk to my doctor about that and see what she has to say. 4 1/4 by 11 on this one. And we're going to fold that in half. And then we're going to trim down the front to 4 1/4. So I'm just going to take my seam and I'm going to put it right here at the 4 1/4 and trim that off. So now this is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Here is our card. Woo! I've got the dropsies. That's another thing that I've been getting too. And I hear other people say, yes, you get the dropsies. All right, pieces and parts here, pieces and parts. So let's go ahead and add our designer series paper. Oh, that fox is cute. Look at him. Now I feel bad that I put the adhesive on that side, but I think it was a little bit too busy. So we've got our designer series paper here. Okay, then we'll do our stamping. So we're going to use the final stamp. We used every single stamp in this set. I love that. So we'll add that here. And this is from Nested Labels. No, Nested Essentials. Nested Essentials dies. My second favorite set of dies. Okay, so we've got that. Now this will be our inside here. And this piece we need to do just a little bit of scoring on. So this is from the Countryside Inn dies. And I cut that out ahead of time. And we're going to score from just this point to this point. Okay, so we're just going to put it in there. Now remember, score, don't cut, score, don't cut, score, don't cut. You say it 3 times, it's like Beetlejuice, it works magic. Fold that down, and this is going to actually become like the flipper flapper that opens up our card. So let me think now, because it's been a while since I've done this. I'm going to put adhesive here and attach that to our card base. So these edges are just going to meet. And you're going to kind of eyeball it and make it sort of kind of in the middle there. Okay, so see how that'll flip and flap open? Love that. Piece of designer series paper for the inside. Oh, sorry, I think I bumped you. Oh, so sorry. Oh my goodness, that's a lot. I can imagine, Corinne, that you would definitely want some help there. I have not reached that stage yet, thankfully. All right, so now that we've put that pretty designer series paper on the inside, we're going to add this that we could do our sentiment or stamp in there, because otherwise nobody's going to be able to see it, or you would need to utilize the left side as your writing area. Okay, so super cute. Now let's go ahead and add our ribbon. How did you do that? Let's just make sure what she did here. Okay, Jode, I see what you did. We are going to wrap it around like this. And this time we are going to tie ourselves a bow. So cut it long enough. And I have it flipped over. So we're using the navy or the Misty Moonlight side of things. And let's just see how this goes. This is again where you might have to phone a friend to put their finger there if you need. Is that what I did? Oh, I was tricky. Ha ha. I was definitely tricky on that. I wondered how I did that. All right, so what we're going to do instead is do it the way I did it for the first time. And I just glued it and made it 2 pieces. And that's what I thought I normally do. Makes it a little easier to tie things, I feel. Okay, so I'm going to add a little adhesive here. And tie that down, or tack that down right there, and then bring this one up and tack it. There we go. That was a little bit easier to do. And then I can tie a little knot and glue dot that right on there. Now I'm cooking with gas. Okay, add some dimensionals here for our sentiment. Look, yay, we get to throw one away. Do I have any more? I do. I do. All right, so sentiment here. And then we're going to use these little flowers. And they are from a punch that I can't think of the name of. Sentimental something it came with. So I punched those out in petal pink. And I'm going to show you how to kind of make them a little bit 3D-ish. And that is using our picker tool and the stylus end. So we're just going to add the stylus end, and then I'm just going to pop them right in the belly on my Stampin' Pierce mat. Next step is to put them together with a snot dot. So I'm just going to offset it a little bit here, and then put the little one in the center. There we go. And then I think I put it on with a dimensional. I'm 99.9% sure. Dimensional on there. Add this. So you kind of take your dimensional and you have it kind of butt up against the edge. You don't want to put the dimensional on the flap because you need it to open, but just enough that it holds it closed. Then we'll add a pretty gem in the center. And ta-da, there is our 5th card. I will add that later, but here's what it looks like. That little flippy flap card. Boom. All right, so this is called the Good Feelings class. Let's see what we made. 5-card class, 1, a 2, 3, 4. Didn't I swear it was 5, right? Oh, here it is. Because we need to knot it. There we are. There's our 5-card class. So Good Feelings 5-card class comes with the half pack of designer paper, the roll of ribbon, and the gems. Then I also have the Bright and Beautiful class. So this comes with the Bright and Beautiful Memories and More, and the pack of in-color gems. You can get one class, the other class, or both. And if you get both, you do save a little bit of money. And the benefits, the proceeds are going to Sweet Grace Ministries. So this is my quick pop-up class. It is only available until the 31st of October. So once this video is done, you'll go back into the description and you'll find the link. Okay, so hopefully that helps. Did anybody have any questions? The video or the comments were scrolling by. I couldn't find all the questions. So if you do, let me know and hit me up. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to follow my Facebook or subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am here Mondays at 10 as well as Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Bye, everybody.